Good morning. So we come to the 9th book of the Old Testament, Samuel 1. Originally, in the Hebrew Bible, there was one book of Samuel, but when it was translated into Greek, they split it into Samuel 1 and Samuel 2. Evidence suggests that this book was not written by Samuel, but was compiled from his writings, the writings of Nathan and of Gad, and were put together by a prophetic school at the time of writing. The book covers a period of 110 years, from the end of Judges to the death of Saul, a period where God transformed the affiliated tribes of Israel into a unified nation with a form of government headed by a king. The book covers the birth of Samuel, the demand of Israel for a monarch, Saul becoming Israel's first king, leading eventually to his ill-fated end. David's life as a shepherd, a musician and a warrior, and many exploits, including his victory over Goliath. Overall, this book demonstrates God's choice as a king in line with his will, and so validating David's house as the legitimate rulers of Israel. This also fulfills Jacob's blessing over his sons and his promise in Genesis 49 verse 10 that the scepter will never depart from the tribe of Judah. That's David's tribe, and Jesus is known as the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Overall, this book demonstrates that God deals with the impossible and also turns events, history, and individuals to his divine will by his power and authority. Hannah was childless, but God did the impossible and gave her a son. The sons of Eli were meant to be God's priests, but because of their sin, Samuel became the priest to God. David, hidden in the background as a shepherd boy, became God's chosen king. The book is full of many other events and exploits that in themselves provide solid teaching and have been a supply of many a sermon declared by men of God. There are lots of things to find in there, lots of promises, lots of instruction, and lots of guidance. But what does this book widely demonstrate to you and me? It tells us that God is still sovereign in the days in which we now live. It tells us that he will accomplish his purposes with or without our cooperation. But as was true in the lives of Samuel, Saul and David, our response to God's call will affect our outcome in life. Will we obey him as Samuel and David did and live lives marked by blessing? Or will we, like Saul, try to live on our own terms? In 1 Samuel 15 verse 22, it says this, Samuel speaking, he told Saul, "It is better to obey than sacrifice." The truth still speaks to us today. Have a great day. Thank you.